Hi guys, I wanted to show you how to craft the best quivers in 3.15. I already made a video on this last league, but a few things have changed, and our goal is to get these prefixes like this. So we want tier 1 life, tier 1 elemental damage with attacks, and tier 1 for additional arrow. It's only one tier, but another mod that you could use is physical damage as extra cold instead of life, so that delve builds can use it, or like ZHP builds. And if we price check the quiver with the tier 1 life with 1 arrow and 43 elemental damage with attacks, it's going to be like 25x. And if you craft it further, you can sell it for over 45, depending if you get lucky with the Isling or not, and how much scream multi you get on the quiver. And the first step is to type here in the search bar with the Regex, and you type normal or additional. What this will show you is whenever you scour the quivers, they light up. And so you know, like if you miss one, they're not going to be light up. And then you just alch all of them until you hit an arrow. And once you have an arrow, we're going to use the benchcraft and the reforce more likely to almost force the mods on it. And for example, on this one, we got fire an additional arrow with life and movement speed. In this case, I would annul and try to remove the movement speed so I can craft elemental damage with attacks on the bench. And if I remove the movement speed, in this case I didn't, so I just put it back. But our goal is to get arrow with either life or elemental damage with attacks, so that we can go in the bench and craft the last one. And when we have all the 3 mods, we're going to reforce more likely and hope to get something like this. The reforce more likely is called the reforge, a rare item, being much more likely to receive the same modifier types. And if you go buy it on TFT, you just search for more likely, and you can see that they go for like 20C, 20C. Sometimes it'll be more like 30, but yeah, most of the times they're 20C. And I'm gonna spam the quivers and show you the result, and I'll show you the other steps as well. Okay, I'm done spamming quivers, and on this one, I need to try to annul the mana gain on hit. And if you remove the arrow at any point, you have to go back and put it back where you spam. For this one, I need to do 1 suffix to prefix and check if I will hit either any tier of elemental damage or any tier of life. It's really common to suffix to prefix into one of those 2 mods. For this one is the same. For this one is the same. For this one already have elemental damage with attacks and life, both already on, and on this one as well. So we're going to go in the menagerie, and we're trying to fix the other quivers and see if we can get either life or elemental damage with attacks. So we add a prefix, remove random suffix, and let's see what we get. Okay, we got leech. We can try to annul the leech and see. We annulled it, we can do it again, prefix. Our goal is to only get any tier of life and elemental damage as this, or even gain as extra cold, adding a prefix on this one. We go live, so on this one we could craft the elemental damage with attacks, and our prefixes are full. So we do this again on this one. It's missing a prefix. And we hit fire. We could try to annul it, but it's probably not worth it to annul here. We got it, so we prefix again. And we got cold. I would probably not annul in this case, but let's do it another time. Okay, we remove the arrow and we remove the suffix, so there's no easy way to get a prefix back on now. And for now we got 3 bases. I'm gonna do reforce more likelies. For the reforce more likelies, we go on TFT. We look for we look to buy any. Oh, and by the way, to get 1 arrow on the quiver, on average it takes 45 chaos if you were to chaos spam. But since we're using scours and alch, it's a lot cheaper. And let's go buy some more likelies. And the goal here is to just reforge the prefixes like this elemental damage, additional arrow, and life until they're sellable. So like close to tier 1. They don't need to be tier 1 on everything to be sellable. Like tier 2 WED and tier 2 life should sell as well. And the reforge more likely does respect the mods crafted on the bench. So this elemental damage with attacks counts the same as this one, even though it's crafted. And we're going to buy some reforge more likelies. This guy wanted 15C, so 15C to reroll. And as you can see, most of the times it will keep the mods that we have here. So it will just reforge the tiers. It does have a chance of breaking because it's not guaranteed. We're going for T. This one has T10 life and T for elemental damage with attacks. And by the way, if I say WED, sometimes it means elemental damage with attacks. Confirmed. Because it's the way that people used to call it before. And this one bricked. Now we're going again. Gain 15C. We confirm. And we reforge more likely and see what happens. Okay, this one changed tier. As you can see, it kept all of the mods. It just changed tiers. And if we were lucky, those prefixes would be like T1, both of them. And I crafted a lot of quivers, and I already got like 3 or 4 all T1 quivers. But even other tiers sell more likely. And this guy was 2. What was the other guy? Zob, I think. It was, yeah, 20C. And it bricked. We still have this one that we can reforge. More likely confirmed. Okay, for now we bricked 2. But as you can see, it's really cheap to spam and more likely. So if you get lucky once and you get 1 quiver, okay, we got unlucky again. But to continue, once you have done with this step and you got like good prefixes, let's vouch the people here. The Zob, more likely. And then we also 2 of them, and then Laptor, more likely. Okay, we vouched them. And let's say I hit a good quiver now, which I didn't, but let's assume I did. What you can do is when you have this base, you can reforge, keep prefixes. I'll show you on Craft of Exile, emulator, and we go craft new item, offhand quiver. Want to spike point, highest level, which is 86, shaper. And we look at the prefixes. We have tier 1 elemental damage with attacks, with T1 life, and +1 arrow, exactly like this one. And then let's add like 3 suffixes because my quiver is full at the moment. If I wanted to continue crafting, I would go for reforge, keep prefixes until I have a suffix open. Then I go in bench, suffix. I craft prefix cannot be changed. And we want to reforge critical or reforge critical plus until we hit a high tier of Crim multi. So if you fail, you add it back and you reforge again, add it back, reforge again. This might take a few tries. In this case, we got lucky because we got Crim multi, but we also got bad mods like this. Crit chance with bow is like the best, one of the best ones. But we got like a 3rd bad suffix. You can keep and sell this already. I would just definitely keep this to sell, but the optimal quiver would be just rolling Crim multi, or even having crit chance like this is really good, and you just craft the attack speed and it's done. Or if you only hit Crim multi, on the Reforge, you would do can have multiple crafted mods with Prefix cannot be changed. This will make Isling 2 in 3 chance instead of 1 in 2. So Isling can remove one of these 2 crafted mods instead of the multi, and it's not guaranteed, but it increases the chances by a lot. So once we are at this step, you want to Isling, and when you get a veiled suffix, you remove this, and you go in the bench, and you want to block any hybrid attributes, either dexterity or intelligence, or strength and dexterity, or strength and intelligence. Any of those is fine. Since they changed the way attributes block each other, now if you block a double attribute, you will block every possible attribute from the veiled pool. And after you've done this, you just unveil. And the best 2 mods are elemental damage if you dealt a crit strike recently with global crit chance, or the other good mod, if this one is the best one, but the other good mod would be attack speed. We didn't get it. Also, frenzy charge with the crit chance is nice if you get it. But yeah, if you can get this one, or also attack and cast speed is fine, because if we got attack and cast speed, you can also craft attack speed, that it's a different mod pool, so it doesn't block. And if you have enough crit chance on your build, you can go for double attack speed, but most of the times, this crit chance with elemental damage is going to be the best one. If you don't have charge generation on your build, you can also go for the frenzy one, the one that we saw before. This one here, chance to gain a frenzy charge on crit, this is really good as well. But the best one for most builds is going to be the elemental damage. And once you have the 5 mods here, you just craft attack speed and you're done. This is probably over 60 exalts for this quiver, and it's really, really strong. And that's how you do it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.